What's going on, everybody? Mark Fleetwood here. Welcome back to your Daily Grind Trader. Today, I've got some news that might show big momentum, unfortunately, to the downside for Bitcoin. And I'm going to talk about Ravencoin. It's been a while since I've done a Ravencoin analysis, and we're going to discuss how this move could affect Ravencoin because Ravencoin is mirroring Bitcoin still. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to tell you all about it. Alright, everybody, we know the drill. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Simply share my technical analysis. You use it as you see fit, but remember, you manage your own money and you manage your own risk. While I'm not a financial advisor, I will be an adult beverage advisor because I am currently enjoying a shot of Screwball peanut butter whiskey poured into a pint of Yingling chocolate stout. This is amazing. Like, this is the best adult peanut butter cup you could ever ask for. Great stout beer with a little bit of a whiskey bite. So if you guys enjoy an adult beverage or so, give it a shot. With that being said, we're gonna hop into the charts. We're gonna take a look at Bitcoin. Now on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin, so I'm going more of a macro look. We're gonna go 4-hour and then we're gonna zoom even farther out. On the 4-hour chart, it's looking like, you know, we've got this bear flag. This upward momentum here was a bear flag, and we broke out. And then we have retested the bottom of the flag, and now we're starting to come down again. The retest also created a hidden bearish divergence. This high was higher than this high, but this RSI was lower than this RSI, which gives us the hidden bearish, which tells us that the bearish momentum is not over. And that would also be a confluence with the Arun index. The bulls are down right now. They're ready to launch while the bears are ready to launch while the bulls are coming down. The bulls are losing steam. If the current trajectory continues, by 11 p.m. tonight, the bulls will be at zero, and one would have to believe that the bears would have launched up at that point. And we have been struggling, we as in Bitcoin has been struggling to try to get price action above the 200 period moving average on the 4-hour chart, and it gets above and breaks right back down. It gets above, breaks right back down. So now I think if we break below the 21 and then the 50, then we're looking at a potential to go way back down. And I think best case scenario for people who are looking for highest price action, the best case scenario would be a double bottom of around 32 to 33K. But the big thing I want to take a look at, and this is something I've not done before in checking the broader scale of things, is I want to take a look. If we look at the entirety of the bull market, you know, we go all the way back. I couldn't quite get it to line up all the way back to the March dump, the COVID dump. But from about August on, this run up has been very much a kind of slow, steady incline. Well, not slow, steady, but I mean, big peaks, but to come back down, big peak, come back down. If this trend line, they say that we've been in a bull market this whole time. This summer run was not a bear market. This was just touching the bottom of our bull market support. If this is just touching the bottom of the bull market support and it ran back up, then we did not break our bull market until we broke below 43K, and that was our 39.6 touch. And then this is our current run up on this bear flag is a retest, a bearish retest of the bull market trend line that we had broken a little over a month ago. And this is just a bearish retest of the trend line, and this is actually our first retouch of the new downtrend line. We could be looking at big downward action, big downward movement. 33K may not be the bottom by any stretch of the imagination. We might be looking 28, 24K, down to 20K. At one point, I made a video, and I still stand by the potential to see Bitcoin retest the all-time high in 2017, that 17 to 20K range. I still think that's a possibility. And now looking at the macro, looking at it on a macro level, on a much broader macro level, this is one big bullish trend line that we just recently broke, and now we just had a strong bearish retest of this trend line, and everything looks to be lining back up for, even on the daily, the bulls are coming down, they're losing steam, and the bears on the everyone index are looking like they're bottomed out, ready to come back up. We also have not been able to break the 50-period moving average for the smooth moving average. We've tested it and fallen off. Luckily, the 21 has been holding as support. The 200, we've been kind of going back and forth above and below the 200. The 200 has been kind of almost irrelevant. It's been resistance at the 50 and support at the 21. But if this price action were to fall below the 21 and then hold the 21 as resistance again, as it has the whole way down, since we broke the 21 here at 60K, now it's been a resistance this whole way down. If this flips the resistance again, if this falls through and does a similar move, we'd be looking at a similar move to the initial drop from 60K down. So how does this all relate to Ravencoin? Well, Ravencoin on a daily is in quite a similar, bear flag pattern that broke down, retested, now it's coming back down. Now it's coming down further. The same kind of applies. This support resistance line here, the next support resistance line to check is going to be that 5.6 cents. And this is macro level. This is not, looking in at the hourly chart. This is on a daily time frame. This could be a week or two out, but if support breaks at 6.4, the next support level would be 5.6, and then if that breaks, we don't really have a support until 4.7 cents, and that was our bottom. That was our bottom during the summer lull. Actually, that was kind of our bottom touched multiple times. The very bottom was 4 cents even, and that could very easily be our next support resistance line if the 4.75 breaks. So with Ravencoin kind of moving into the 4-hour chart to get a little bit closer. Again, Ravencoin is very similar. Bearish divergence. This peak higher than this peak, obviously much higher price wise, but RSI much lower. We've got an RSI peak here of 48 and an RSI peak here of 55. And now again back below the 50 range and below the floating 50. I don't think it's a stretch to say that we would be retesting this support resistance line very soon at 6.4, and we'd be hitting it and probably breaking below and above, kind of like we did here. But I think we go below it this time, and I think we kind of crash it, kind of have a long, like a big bull or a big bearish engulfing candle, some type of a big run to get down to the midway point between these two, and then we kind of go sideways and come down and test 5.6. Again, the same scenario applies. Look, the bulls are running out of pressure. This move here, this little horseshoe move here, was the kind of the run for the bulls in a micro sense, and in a very short period from the 14th to the 17th. Their run's coming over, or it's just about over, and I think the bulls or the bears will pick up momentum. When the bears pick up, we'll see price action come down and see 5.6 cents. So guys, with that being said, I'm looking to try to be honest. I'm not going to try to blow smoke for anybody or to try to make people feel good about what's going on, because right now, if you're holding, it probably doesn't feel good. But there's always the options to accumulate more. Raven is down about 80% from its all-time high. And let me actually go back to the daily and see exactly what this number is, because it's actually probably pretty staggering from the all-time high peak to where we're currently sitting. 78% roughly. If you believe in the project, if you believe in Ravencoin, just think of it like this: you're getting a 78% discount. And that's even being light, because I expect Ravencoin, the next run, to go far beyond this, far beyond this, and more push towards $1. But if nothing else, if you know that this is hittable, we've done it once, we can do it again, then you're getting a 78% discount. And in that regard, you can expect a 352% return on investment if you are to DCA, dollar cost average down, and enter here. I mean, if you enter here, you enter at 5 cents, or if you enter at 4 cents, at this point, the broader range of growth is so big and so strong that it's kind of irrelevant at this point. You're already 78% away from all-time high. I mean, what's it going to get down to? 85%, maybe 90%? I mean, now you're just splitting hairs. You just keep adding more in. But with that being said, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed. As always, until next time, peace.